They won't let you.
I'd like to start the ceremony by welcoming the family and friends who are here today. Our students have worked hard to get to this ceremony, but you've also had a huge part. Your help and support has been critical to the success of these students. Students, would you do me a favor and just stand up and face your family and friends? Thank you all. Thank you for what you brought us, and thank you for all of your support of them over their time here. My colleagues and I thank you sincerely. It's an honor and a privilege for me to take part in this ceremony where these young people, our students, take the final step in this phase of their education. It's a really big deal for all of us, both those up here and the ones out there. Not just because we get to dress up and pretend we were young, but because there's been a tremendous amount of work that's gone into this. Staff and faculty have spent the last years, 2 or 4, 5, 6, in a great endeavor of education, helping to learn all of the things that need to be learned, all of the things that students need to grow. We're happy to see you all succeed. We definitely hope you'll stay in touch. You're going to get a lot of wise advice today from our 2 speakers and probably from your parents and friends after the ceremony. But let me make just 2 points that I hope you'll carry with you. The first one is to remember that you triumphed here. There were tough times in the past. When you first got here, you had to deal with Telebears or Cal Central, depending on when you got here. You had to get classes, you had to do homework, you had to take exams, you had to do more homework, you had to do more exams and papers. But you triumphed here. You got through it. And there probably will be tough times to come, maybe not all-nighters, but other kinds of things. And just remember that you did succeed and that you are ready for whatever the world will throw at you. But the second, just as important, perhaps more important, is to remember how you did it. All the student colleagues you worked with, all the teachers and staff who helped guide your studies, the family and friends who supported you. More than just the knowledge in your head and the skills in your hands, you'll carry those connections forward for the rest of your life. They can make all the difference, and in a very deep way, they may well be the longest lasting specific things you carry out of this place today. So, advice given, let me be the very first to say congratulations. Thank you for all you brought and will bring to the university. And now we start a series of age-old traditions as we step through this ceremony one thing at a time. And the first of those is please silence your cell phones. Nobody wants to hear my cell phone go off, and they probably won't hear yours. My next job is to introduce our keynote speaker, Professor Elise Bosinga from American Studies in the Department of Landscape Architecture and Urban Planning. She's a scholar, researcher, and consultant in energy resources, urban design, water policy, and much more. There's a page on her distinguished scholarship in the formal program, this thing. Can't tell the players without a scorecard. But let me put that in context just a little bit. In 2017, Professor Bosinga was awarded the Goldman Chair, which made her, and I quote, a distinguished professor of undergraduate and interdisciplinary studies. At a place like Berkeley, being called distinguished is a big deal. We don't have very many of those on campus. You get that title from long commitments and significant accomplishments in both teaching and research. Professor Bosinga's teaching in American Studies has helped develop the PLACE courses that are a key part of your program, and much more. She's very accomplished, and I encourage you to listen carefully to what she has to say. With effort and perhaps luck, someday you'll be in a similar position and have to give a talk like that. But I know it sounds a little bit heretical to tell you this on the day that you finally graduate, but life is not just about the awards and accolades that you earn. There's more to life than the certificate and the diploma and the award. What really matters is not the award so much as what you do with it. When you get a distinguished chair, it comes with a little tiny bit of research money. Not much. Small amount makes it precious, particularly in the current economic and budget times. Often, that small amount allows a faculty member to start a new research project, perhaps in a new direction, and make their own work even more distinguished. But that's not what she did. She used it to help her students' projects, to send them to conferences to present their work, and to help others get their start. So, one last lesson from me before I cede the podium to Professor Mozingo. As you travel through the rest of your career, your life, remember where you come from and help others on their path along the way. That's the Berkeley values. Those are the values of our distinguished speaker, and as her career shows, that's the way to real success. Please.